What's going on, everyone? I'm Cosmo. Welcome to another video. Whether you've been here for a while or you're new here, I appreciate you. And today we're checking out the 1.9 update in Trailmakers, as well as the Motorhead DLC. Super excited for it, and as you can actually see, we are on a brand new map. This is Grand Prix Island, and it is the latest addition to Race Island. Huge thank you to the devs because they put in a lot of work to bring us this content, and this is just fantastic. Definitely check out Motorhead DLC on Steam, but without further ado, let's see what is new. In fact, I want to drive something because I missed this game, and well, that's just it. I just really missed this game. Boom. So in this update, we got 14 new parts. That is kind of crazy. Now, for somebody like me who likes cars and bikes, this update is fantastic. I cannot wait to see what the devs came up with, and obviously I can't wait to race on this track. I feel like I've raced on a similar track before. This could be like a modded track coming to life in the base game. I don't know. You guys correct me. People who didn't just take a random hiatus from playing the game, let me know. But super excited for all the changes, new skins, new colors, new blocks, as I mentioned, but also just, block options. And you know what? I think before I just get carried away doing more awesome stunts here, let's just check out what we actually got. I'm very curious. So for the seats, we have a car seat. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Love it. What are the options for it now? We have disable air control. It can be a passenger seat, and when you select the passenger seat option, it actually removes your steering wheel. That is fantastic. I like that a lot. What else do we have? We have a racing seat. Oh, this is like an F1 style seat. Whoa, we got the halo and everything. That is so cool. I'm assuming it has the same controls. Yeah. What does passenger do? Okay, just gets rid of the steering wheel. You still have the steering wheel nub. I feel like I'd rather get impaled by a steering wheel than like that, but hey, whatever, let's just not crash. Whoa, thanks game. So having these two seats is gonna make car building a lot easier, and I'm very much looking forward to that. But let's see what else we got. In the frame section, we have a windshield. I feel like this might not be new. No, this has to be new. I probably just scrolled past it already accidentally. So we've got a windshield, great for collecting rain. That is wicked. Oh my goodness, nice. We have L brackets. Do we have W brackets? I'm only about that W bracket life, Hey, this is kind of like a 1x1x1 block in a way. The devs are so close. They're so close. We're so close to a 1x1x1 block. I love it. Eventually we'll get them there. I love you guys. I'm just kidding. This is awesome. We have a U block. Nice little U channel for mounting things up. That's nice. We have fenders. That is just fantastic. Having fenders is great because fenders are extremely difficult to build. Very much looking forward to having fenders on my builds. And we have hoods. A modern hood. Ooh, okay. All right. This is neat. And we have a long hood. I'm hyped for that. Let's see what's new in the mechanics. Nothing new in wheels, eh? Interesting. Now, in the suspension, we have a racing hinge. That is sick. I cannot wait to mount up some wheels to this because that looks great. It's a nice breath of fresh air, from the steering hinges that we're used to. I was gonna say steering hinge, and then I said anyway. Now, this suspension spring looks like it's been altered. Now, this, however, the large, oh my gosh. Okay, compared to this, oh my goodness, that is in fact a large suspension. Okay, that is very cool. Oh, I can't wait to build some stuff with that. And what else do we have here? Nothing in the aerodynamics. Oh no, there are new things in aerodynamics. Why wasn't this highlighted? Look at all these rounded wedges. This is sick. I don't remember these. Hey yo, nice. New wedge alert. Get hyped. Tell your grandma. I think this guy's new. Yeah, this guy's definitely new. Oh man, this is like an iconic, I can't say the L word, because, well, I just can't say the L word here. But this is a very iconic four-weather L-word piece for me. Alrighty, moving on. In lift and drag, we have a front wing. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Dude, that's so sick. We have a supercar spoiler. Fantastic. What else do we have? Is this? No, we've had this before, right? It looks different though. No, we had this. The rear wing is in fact new. Nice. Dude, so cool. I am so hyped. Moving on down the line, we have nothing here. I mean, I did miss some stuff in the last update. That is my bad, bows, keels. These are sick. But I'm sure we'll get to building boats again in due time. And now for the gadgets. So apparently we have a pop-up light, which is like the greatest thing in the whole entire world. I have to build a car with pop-ups. We're gonna, you know what? Let's just quickly see how these work. You guys ready? That is so good. Oh, no way. I am so hyped about pop-ups. I don't think I can even convey how hyped I am about the pop-ups. All right, back to gadgets. Let's see what else we got here. I think that could be it. However, in the logic section, we do have new logic blocks. A hue light panel. That is just way cool. I actually saw a YouTuber, Wemplar, made a video using these. Can't wait to do stuff with this. Of course, I'm a logic noob, but hey, we'll get there. We have a number display. Very nice. An accumulator. It accumulates all inputs, scales the accumulation, and adds it to the stored value. Then outputs the stored value. Sick. Gravity sensor. Nice. Oh, arithmetic. Go and do some maths. A comparison logic gate. A NOR logic gate. And yeah, no, them's that's dems. Amazing. We'll get into logic another day, but for now, I think I want to build a car, you know? I think I want to build a car and maybe just bomb around the track, feel out this new update, feel out the new, you know, damage physics. Apparently the damage physics changed, and I'm quite excited to see what that's all about. So let's get to building. Maybe I'll take a second to get inspired here. Oh, and I do think it's worth mentioning because I always get called out for this, but the free blocks are actually the windshield, L bracket, U bracket, and the wedges, and then the Motorhead DLC is all of the other car stuff and, you know, yeah, car things, car accessories, car-related thingamabobbers. Oh, I totally forgot. There's a whole section for accessories. We have a smoke generator. Very cool. That's neat. And a large exhaust. Oh my gosh. We're gonna need to do some truck racing because that is fantastic. A little Chirpo dash figure and a Trailmaker dash figure. There are, of course, new decals as well. Power Core livery. Nice. Kosmo Core livery. That's dope. I am running Kosmo Core livery on everything. I hope you guys know this. I hope you know this. Melvin's, nice. Grip King, Quantumall. Dude, these are so cool. Oh, we got headlights. That is wicked. License plate, very good. Cool. Alrighty, very neat. Let's build something. I think it makes sense to build around the new wheel wells, so I'm gonna do just that. All right, now what kind of wheel does a small fender fit is the question. Let's try a regular racing wheel here. Oh, okay, perfect. That works, I suppose. That seems like it works. Now, I know this might be wishful thinking, but I'm actually curious if the new steering hinges actually have some kind of suspension, because that would be really cool. Yep, 100% wishful thinking. Absolutely zero suspension, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm sure I'll figure something out. Man, this is so cool, though. Oh, no. A little too much sauce. It just needs a wing. Needs one of these things. And a rear wing. There we go. Much slower, but hey, gonna handle much better, that's for sure. First person's sick. Oh boy, this looks awesome. Oh boy, yep, this car is not balanced whatsoever. It looks like the car is being eaten away by like lava nanites, you know? You know, the lava nanites? I don't know. They want me to build this thing. Sure, yeah, I'll give it a go. Why not? This does handle very well. Nice. Oh boy. I think you're supposed to use brakes. I'm not entirely sure though. Well, I want to build like a car. All right, so let me go back to building a car. I gotta remember we got those L pieces and U pieces now. Slick. This thing is gonna have a big boy V8. It's got a small fender. There we go. Gotta get a wheel on here. Oh man, this is gonna look crazy. I think I also need a hood because the hood will sort of determine the width of my whole thing here. Where the hood's at? Where the hood at? And copyrighted. Bruh, where the hood at? There it is, my goodness. Okay, so small hood is a little small. That's quite small. You know what? I'm just gonna build my own hood. That's fine. And I do really want to use those new hinges, so now that I'm not tied down to a hood, I'm gonna use those hinges. This next segment is called Kosmo Stops Talking and Keeps Building This. I've got no clue what I'm doing. This thing is getting kind of silly. I think it's a little bit too short wheelbase. I am tipping quite a bit, but I am happy with how it's turning out. Oh my gosh. I think I'm trying to make one of those like comical Hot Wheels cars, you know? I think that's where this is going based on my inspiration. You know, I'm starting to feel pretty hopeful about this. Oh boy. Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here. Boom! Showcase time! Guys, I'm so hyped on how this turned out. Now, there are 5 versions that I have, and the last one is obviously, you know, the one that I have refined the most. So let's start at the beginning, I guess, and then we'll work all the way up to the one that I'm actually going to drive around the track. Did I mention I'm really, really hyped about this thing? I absolutely love how it turned out. Obviously, it is a muscle car. I used the drag tires in the rear, which, believe it or not, do end up working out quite well in the end. Not at first at all whatsoever, but eventually. But before I actually show the first car, there are a couple of things that I didn't mention when I was showcasing the new stuff. One of those things being all the new materials that we have. So we have the matte color now. We have a carbon fiber block, which is awesome. I used quite a bit of this on the final version of my car. We have a metallic block, and we have an iridescent block, which is just fantastic. You can make whatever iridescent colors you want. I love that. That is way cool. I think that's basically the one major thing that I missed. There are some other things, but I will get to them when I'm, showing you the final car, because I did end up using them. So this guy was okay. However, it was a little bit unstable. Having the short track width in the rear is it's not that good, it's not that good if you're trying to keep a car stable. Although, like, I'm saying that, oh yeah, there we go. So I definitely, was getting some kind of weird performance issues. And for once, I didn't just want to, like, build a car that looks good but doesn't drive well, or drives well but doesn't look good. And I tried to do both. Right, and that was very hard. As you can see underneath, I used the the new suspension. I used a hood for my roof and a spoiler for my roof. Basically, no roof components were harmed in the making of this roof. I do have an interior as well, but I'll wait to show that to you guys. All right, well, enough of this guy. We can get rid of this one, because I found that when you have all-wheel drive, it's a little bit twitchy. I think this might be the twitchy version actually, or is this the rear-wheel drive? No, this might be the rear-wheel drive. No, this is definitely all-wheel drive, but this is not bad. I wasn't entirely happy with it, though. And the reason for that is because, even though I like how I did my front end, I thought that maybe I could utilize the new front end piece for the F1 cars, but put it on the muscle car. So I did just that. Also, my Discord called me out because I gave a teaser on my Discord of this vehicle, and they were like, bro, what are you doing? You're using archaic lights. You should use the new Q pads to do your lights. And that is exactly what I did. Not on this model, though. On this model, I got rid of my beautiful front end that I handcrafted myself, and I placed this F1 style front end, which actually does make it look cooler. It makes it look longer, which I like. The front end is not so stubby, and it did handle better. It is kind of slow, though. I'm gonna say it is kind of slow, knowing how much faster I made my final version and how hard I had to work to get it to drive well. This does not drive that bad, That's why I kept all these versions, because they're all kind of charming in their own ways. As you can see, my rear tail lights are just painted blocks at the moment. And, my brake lights and my reverse lights. Speaking of that, I worked out a logic for having, brake lights when the car should theoretically be braking. So when it's fully stopped, when it eventually stops, stop, please stop moving. I thought we had brakes now. I thought we had automatic brakes now. There you go, automatic brakes. That's another new feature, guys, actually, is if you've ever tried to line up for a race in Trailmakers, it is so difficult. The cars just keep moving, but now we have a brake, and it is fantastic. So as you can see, the brakes are on right now because the car is not moving as they should be. If I go forward, they get turned off. If I brake, then they turn on. If I go backwards, my reverse lights turn on. If I let go, my brake lights turn on again. And just to demonstrate the reverse lights again, boom. So your boy is pretty proud of that. Pretty simple logic, but I am proud of it because I'm not a logic guy. However, like I said, my Discord said I am the noob. And they told me to use the new hue pads, which is exactly what I did after rebuilding a bunch of my car to make it drive way better. And I even added a sway bar. So that right there, what are those pieces called? Man, I am new. The power coupling. So I'm using the power coupling in conjunction with some hinges to actually, simulate a sway bar, which does work. I will demonstrate it. It does work. But the difference between these two cars is that I added a bunch of aero in the back. As you can see, I have some carbon fiber splitters.
Carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber.
Anyway, so I added a splitter in the back for some more downforce, and I also added more up front. However, I did not like how this changed the look of the car. You know, the bottom splitter is like narrower and shorter for the most part, so it was kind of bugging me, and I was like, what can I do? Well, I'll tell you what I can do. I can just move the lower one a little further out, and that does make it better. As you can see, it is a Citroen. I somehow built a Citroen. I don't know if that's even how you say it in English, but I'm all over the place, man. I'm just so excited about this thing. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of this guy, okay? The whole point of this guy was to just show you guys the splitter difference in the front. I've been talking about this car for 8 minutes now, and I'm sure everybody just wants me to drive it, but final showcase of the final car, fully painted up. It's a Citroen. I don't know, we're gonna call it the 3000 CV, because, like, you know, this thing is just gnarly. It's got a cool paint job. It, of course, has the Cosmo core stickers because, well, you know, that is the closest thing to my name in this game, and of course I'm gonna use it. I got the Trailmakers license plate there, all the carbon fiber. I have my light system, which works fantastically still with the hue pads. I love the hue pads. Although I found the controller, if I drive with controller, having different inputs does some weird stuff to the hue pads. I ain't gonna lie, okay? So my logic is not foolproof for the controller. I did add some louvers with just some decaling. It'd be really cool to have proper louvers, but I think the louvers look fantastic. I do have a bit of a self-righting system, just in case I, you know, I don't have a good time going around corners, but let's drive this thing. Actually, let me show you my active sway bar first, and then let's drive this thing. So right now, the sway bar is set to what it should be set to, which I can't even tell you what that is, but let's check our values here. We're set to 80 strength, right? So if I actually take that and I switch that to 0 strength, let's see what happens. Let's try and do a bit of a donut. Watch the two sides of the suspension in relation to each other. As you can see, we're getting quite a bit of a body roll there, right? Okay, and we're also crashing, which is fantastic. Off to a good start. But as you can see, quite the body roll there. The car wants to tip, right? I mean, the car is always going to want to tip with grippy tires like this, but, you know, we can definitely help it. So now, if I set it back to 80, which is what I had it set to, which is the value that I didn't exactly fine-tune, but the value that I, you know, found to be pretty good. Now, if we do that, watch how much less the suspension moves in correlation to each other. Check it out. See? And, like, we're just getting, like, we're doing less burnouts because we're not lifting up on the one wheel nearly as much. It still wants to, but it's definitely giving us a lot more control. And, like, now I'm not actually tipping. Yes, it's lifting up the wheel because I'm getting crazy grip, but it's also, you know, it's also just working much better. Now, the other thing, guys, of course, is the wider track width on the final model. I would have liked to have them sucked in. You know, I was obviously going for very much a Hot Wheels car here, but the front ones I can't do a whole lot about. I tried sucking the front ones in, and they're like too sucked in. So if the fronts are gonna poke, the rears might poke as well. I do have some boost on left mouse button because, you know, you gotta have the boost. I still got my reverse lights. I still got my, my running brake lights. And the best part, guys, I got my pop-ups. I got the pop-ups, baby. That's all that matters. Oh, wait, no. That's not even the best part. You gotta see the homies that I roll with. These are the homies that I roll with. Check it out. First person. Is this really first person? Wow, I am sitting really up high. Okay, well, I'll show you this in build mode. Let's see. So I got a lot of carbon fiber in here, right? A lot of carbon fiber. We got the trans tunnel. We got some, some gauge clusters, some buttons. And we got the homies. We got G.I. Joe in his camo fit. And we got the Navy SEAL. You know, we got his little buddy Navy SEAL here. This is arguably the best part of the build for me, and I genuinely couldn't tell you why. I was very excited about this. But anyway, let's actually see how this thing performs. I really hope it doesn't let me down. I have not done this race. I've only driven kind of like short distances around this whole area. But, you know, I have no clue what to expect. So let's check this track out together. Go! Alrighty. Nah, this is gonna be sweet. So this car, you know, it's not crazy fast. Oh, my camera says something weird. There you go, orbit cam, baby. Oh, I really should play with controller. However, with controller, I have a hard time, like, you know, orbiting. So, oh boy. So that's the other thing, you know, is this thing really does have to slow down quite a bit in order to negotiate the turns properly. However, you know, what do you expect when you got tires that fat in the rear, dog? Like, you know, it's like that's just life. That's called, you know, frig around, find out type of situation we got in our hands here. But oh, of course, the other bad thing is like I have absolutely no steering on sand, but that's fine. There we go. My time is going to be so bad, I don't even care because this car is cool. This car is cool. I find sometimes letting go of the throttle and letting the thruster carry you through the corner is actually like the way to do it. You don't really... Okay, I should have slowed down more, okay? I should have definitely slowed down more. You don't lose your momentum nearly as much if you use your thruster, but yeah, definitely also I'm just not good at talking and driving. I thought about some kind of braking system, you know, an auxiliary braking system that, yeah, we're just gonna cut the track, that's fine, that allows us to slow the car down faster. However, the car started driving pretty darn good, and I'll show you guys how the other cars drive in comparison later. And I just didn't want to mess with it, you know? I didn't want to, like, start adding things that will now ruin how the rest of the car performs. So I'd rather learn how to brake early than deal... Oh, we're going to tell them we got to turn the lights on. I want to flip them up. Oh, baby, that's so good. So I'd rather learn how to drive the car well. 260 kilometers an hour is approximately the top speed, because obviously, you know, the aero isn't that great, and I could have taken that at a much faster speed. And, you know, it's just the tires are, like, the big tires don't go fast, so it's all good. It's all good. Oh, I can usually do that so much better when I'm not talking. Back on track. I mean, this thing is great, guys. This thing is awesome. I do love it. I will have it uploaded to the workshop, but 2 minute and 40 time is pretty rough. Better than 15%. That's not that... I mean, it's okay, right? That's okay. So that's this car, guys. That's this version. Let me show you, like, the first one, you know, just by comparison, you know, before all of the refinements. Oh, I think... Yeah, I don't even know, man. I think this... Oh, the first time I put air on was when it was rear-wheel drive. Gotcha. I'm getting confused here. So this one is also all-wheel drive. This was the original, with the original track width and everything, and the thruster hooked up to forward because it actually felt like it drove better. But as you can see, it does these, like, weird glitches. I don't know what they are. And a lot of it was the suspension constantly being bottomed out and the tires just gripping up instead of the suspension soaking up the forces. So it wasn't that good, you know? Like, it turns, but it does this bob thing, and it wasn't that great. So then I widened out the front end, and it was a little bit better because, you know, now I have a little bit more stability. Now thrust was actually back on left mouse button, so I can just engage it manually. But just something about it was... I don't know, this actually isn't bad. I don't know what I'm talking about, but, like, I'm trying to flip this thing, and it's not flipping. Okay, whatever. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's not that fast. Yeah, I think it's only, like, a 240 car, 250 car, but, like, that actually isn't bad. This drives well. What was this? This was literally just increasing the track width. Crazy. And then I thought maybe rear-wheel drive would be better? I don't know why that car all of a sudden drives better. That's so weird, dude. Rear-wheel drive is far slower, simply because, you know, we are only being driven by the rear tires, and it does feel cool, you know, it's like an interesting drive, but it's very much a slow drive, you know, so it'd be nice if like, the tire size didn't affect the speed, but I understand that, you know, it's done the way it's done. But this one didn't drive that bad either. I still wasn't happy, you know, I still was not happy. And so this is basically when I had gotten, like, the power levels and stuff worked out mostly, but it still felt like a little too unstable. Although, like, why is it stable now? I don't understand. Somehow my final car is like less stable than my original cars, but I wasn't happy with my original cars. So, like, why? You know? It could be all suspension tuning too, to be honest with you. I mean, this is good. Don't get me wrong. This is slick. I'm gonna try racing cam with a controller and just see if I can drive this thing well, you know? The camera is a little too... Oh, that is a turn. That is... Oh, yeah, sure, I can do that. I instinctively went to press B on the controller, which for me is typically handbrake. So this is not good. This is pretty good. This is good. I know it sounded like I said this isn't good, but it's because I just, you know, I can't speak when I'm excited. Oh boy, oh, okay. Not bad, man. Honestly, not bad. Just, it's a lot quicker than my other versions. I think that's part of it. Just out of curiosity, I'm probably going to remove all the aero and just see how it drives without it. Let's see if I can make this next turn here. Not bad, not bad. Brake, brake. I have to brake so much just to like get front traction. What if we just get rid of the rear aero for now and see how that goes? It is a lot twitchier actually, but it's like, it's not bad. Okay, okay. It's crazy how much faster this looks when you're in the racing cam. I love it. Honestly, taking the rear air off was not bad. Either I'm getting better or taking the rear air off was not bad. I don't know. Let's take off the front aero, like the extra stuff that I added, you know? And let's see how that goes. It looks weird now, but it's because I don't have the other part. But that's okay. We're just testing. Ooh, definitely feel it though. Like, I definitely feel the lack of front end grip. But at the same time, for like a short course, this might be better. It's hard to say, dude. It's less twitchy. It's less twitchy for sure. I do have some stabilizers on the inside of the car, which I forgot to mention, but... Ooh, baby. Okay, so it does drive sort of better without the aero on like below a certain speed. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I feel like all that fine-tuning I did with the aero just like set me back. Or I'm gonna upload both versions to the workshop, aero and no aero, and you guys can tell me. You know, you guys can tell me in the comments below which car you think you know, performs better. Because I honestly have no clue at this point. It's one of those things where you've done it for so long that like, it's all a blur to you, you know? You just don't know anymore. Oh, boy. Oh, no, 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 no. Sometimes you give it gas at the wrong time, and it just launches it in the other direction. It's great. Good old Cosmo core, making silly cars. I'm sure some of it is suspension tuning as well. I don't know if I already mentioned that, but I'm sure that's got something to do with it. Let's see how we take this back straight corner. Not bad, dude. Not bad. A little late, because I'm not used to controller, but honestly... this drives, like, better. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. Let's just get rid of the front aero and keep the rear. This thing definitely got a little bit over-engineered, I think. Having all that extra downforce on the back, I don't think is beneficial. It, like, compresses the rear suspension more, which I think lifts up the front end more and then gives me all this understeer. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what it feels like. I mean, it does make sense. Ah! No! Good thing I got that B programmed in my head as handbrake. Alright, here we go. Slow down. How are we gonna take this turn? Oh, it's very... it's either like understeery or has snap oversteer now. It's very weird. Oh, yeah, it like wants to drift a lot too. The sway bar though? The sway bar? Oh, I love the sway bar. The sway bar is the coolest thing. Well, guys, what can I say? The reality of it is that my neurodivergent peanut could keep playing with all the settings all day long, messing with the suspension tuning, sway bar tuning, aero tuning, just to try and get this thing to be perfect. And as you can see, sometimes it goes in the other direction, I think. I don't even know for sure yet, but I have to stop. I have to stop, okay? I gotta stop and get some help. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed, you know, my Cosmo Core drag racer here. I don't think it's much of a drag racer. I guess it's more of like a pro-tuned street racer or something or other, but I really enjoyed making it. I love this update. Thank you once again to the developers for the Pedal to the Metal update and the Motorhead DLC. Check it out on Steam. It is well worth it, guys. This is just fantastic. All the cool parts that we have now. I don't know. It's the possibilities are endless. I tell you. But like I said, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what else you want to see in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. I'm gonna go do more laps. This thing is really fun. Woo-wee! That was a fast turn, baby. And I'm in the wall again.